welcome back. My name is LastKnownMeal, and today I'm going to talk about Netflix The Witcher. Well, to be more precise, today I'm going to talk about a certain problem that has been present, I think, from the first moment Netflix said they're going to do a series, because when those news broke out, there was a lot of different opinions regarding how Netflix should do the show, how Netflix should do the characters, because there was a lot of people who are actually afraid that Netflix is not going to do justice towards the books. There was even some people that assume that Geralt of Rivia is going to be black, which is not going to be true. And I want to talk about this problem because every single time I post a video about Netflix The Witcher, there is always a lot of those comments, people being afraid. Now, trust me, one thing Lauren Schmidt, who is a showrunner for this series, said, they are going to do justice towards the books. So even though it's an adaptation from the books, not the video games, people need to separate that one. It's still going to be as, Sapkowski described in the books. If Geralt is a white guy with a white hair and witcher eyes, he's going to be that. Basically, they're not going to make him someone who is not, so he's not going to be black. And no, this doesn't make you racist, for God's sake. People in 2018 get so easily offended. Now, I'm also going to talk about a certain article that Kotaku posted. Now, there's some things I do agree with this article, even though Kotaku is known to have some bullshit articles from time to time. But in a recent photo that Lauren Schmidt, as I said, who is a showrunner, posted, basically, she posted a photo of the writer's room. If you don't know what that is, basically, even though she is a showrunner and she wrote a plot for the first episode of the first season, you still have to gather an entire team of people who are going to write the show, because it takes a lot of time to write something like this, and it's always good to have different people work on one series because you can hear out what other people have to say. If someone is going to write something interesting, you as a showrunner can either accept that to basically implement that into a screenplay, or you can reject it. But it's also amazing because you can brainstorm ideas, and honestly, it can only do good for the series. It's not going to make it bad. And to go back to that article that Kotaku posted, on Twitter after Lauren Schmidt posted that photo, there was some minority of people who are not happy with people who are writing the show because they saw a black guy and a black woman in the writer's room, and people all of a sudden assumed that this adaptation is not going to be what we imagined, which doesn't make sense. Like, of course, yeah, you have different ethnicities and different people in the writer's room. It doesn't mean they're going to start writing straight out of Compton. That's not going to happen. Like, they're still writing The Witcher, in my opinion. I honestly don't care if you're black, white, yellow, blue, purple. As long as you can write and you can actually contribute to the series, you're in. Simple as that. So, people, stop doing this. Like, for God's sake, like, every single time I post a video about Netflix The Witcher, there is always some concerns. And again, from the standpoint of concerns, I do get it. We love The Witcher, we love the books, we love the video games, and of course, we don't want anyone to destroy that. We don't want anyone to not do justice towards the books or the video games. And all of us, we want one thing: for this series to be good. I get it. Again, I cannot say, yes, Netflix The Witcher is definitely going to be good and it's going to cater to everyone. I cannot say that because, number one, I still have no idea how the series is going to look like. Like, we have no footage whatsoever, we have no trailer, we don't know who's going to be cast yet, so I cannot say 100% yes, this is going to be the best show of all time. But a couple of things I do know from tweets from Lauren Schmidt. She does want for this series to succeed. She does want for these series to be good. And she said one thing: we want to do justice towards the books. and towards the fans. So trust me, it doesn't make sense for them to do something crazy. They won't do anything crazy because they know how that is going to reflect on the final product. So the best thing they can do is follow the books, adapt as best as they can from the books, consult with Andrzej Sapkowski on it to make it good in the end. But it doesn't all come to writing. There is also acting, there is also camera, there's also sound, there's also music. There's a lot of things that go into a certain show that makes it good. Yes, writing is one of the major parts of it, but it's not the only part. There was even that IGN article a couple of months ago that people wanted me to talk about it, and I didn't because I thought it was stupid. Basically, IGN listed some actors that could potentially be in Netflix The Witcher, and they basically listed Idris Elba. And I know, yeah, Idris Elba is black, and people started assuming that this is coming officially from Netflix, which is not. It's coming from IGN, and again, it doesn't make you racist if you say, well, Idris Elba is not really fit to play Geralt of Rivia, because Geralt of Rivia has already been described in the books how he looks like. I also said it in the previous video. It's also like doing a film about Michael Jordan and hiring a white guy to play Michael Jordan. Doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't. So, no, it doesn't make you racist. And also, there is one topic I want to talk about, because I'm talking about controversial topics in this video, sadly. I also want to mention racism in The Witcher, because yes, racism is present in The Witcher, but not the racism you're thinking about. It's not between black and white, it's between humans and non-humans. Basically, in The Witcher universe, humans hate non-humans, non-humans hate humans, and basically they have been fighting each other from Kingdom Come, and there is even a lot of that mentioned in the books. There is a great short story I'm going to talk about the next couple of videos I do about Netflix The Witcher, where that racism really stands out, because you can see if those two factions work together, they can achieve many great things, but hatred between them is just stopping that. And I really do want Netflix to mention the racism between humans and non-humans a bit. I really want Netflix to explore that, because I think it can just make the show even more deeper, and it can extend Geralt of Rivia as a character, because Geralt of Rivia really wants to stay neutral in all of that. Again, he's a Witcher, he doesn't want to meddle in politics. So hopefully that is going to be present in the show. And when it comes to Black Geralt and Muslim Ciri, we need to stop saying that. I know it became a joke, it became a meme, but for God's sake, there's still people who actually think that's going to be true, which is not. Trust me, again, when it comes to the show itself, I have to wait and see how it's going to look like, and then make my assumptions on it and say, well, maybe this is good, maybe this is bad. But right now, we have nothing. We know like a couple of things from the screenplay, what she has been posting, and that's about it. So hopefully that's going to be my last video on the problems of Netflix The Witcher, because I want to talk about the good things this show is going to give us in the next couple of years. So that is all I have for today. Don't forget to tell me down below what you think about all of this. Hopefully this is going to be my last video on all of the bad things that are present about the show. I really want to talk about the good things. I want to bring you all the latest news when it comes to Netflix The Witcher, because I do believe this show is going to keep us entertained for quite many years, because I am certain they will do more seasons, especially the first one is as successful as we want it to be. So, LastKnownMeal signing out, stay classy everyone, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button if you want to stay updated with the latest news when it comes to Netflix The Witcher, and bye bye.